Welcome back everyone to Alchemy Factory, and over the last couple episodes we had a lot of upgrading of old machines to make them more efficient. Today we're going to be looking at doing malachite and trying to do some new systems. Let's get this all done and let's get back into the game. We currently got a quest we're trying to get. We have got 2 Saturns. Now this quest is worth, let me just go and have a quick look, I forgot. This quest is worth 626,000 if we can get it done. We are short on the bronze rivets. Unfortunately, I've got no faster way of doing it without building a brand new system again. And I don't think I'm ready to do that. We probably have got the power, but we did extend the steel and the iron build a lot in the last episode. So I do need to keep an eye on how my power's doing. We might be starting to run out. We do have the 2 Saturns there again. It would be great money if I can get hold of that. I do currently have the yeast powder disconnected, or the gloom spores, to get the yeast powder. I do think it's probably time that I start putting some in a box somewhere, because it does come up on quests quite a lot. So we are trying to make a push for growth potions, but we're going to start off on malachite, and then we talked about in the last episode, because the Mars down here, it needs everything that's together, but I won't be doing that until I can get this bronze rivet quest done, because I've literally got nothing spare. I can't even keep up with the shop. How hard would it be to me to replicate that build? Which would be this build here. So it needs both these, and it needs all this, and it needs, if I remember right, it needs both fertiliser. Yeah, it needs fertiliser there. And does it need power as well? Yeah, it needs power down the side here. Do we have anywhere where we've got fertiliser and power? We have some sitting on the belt here. I could easily drop a building here. Now, this one won't be going to the shop. This one will just be going into boxes, I think. Yeah, let's go up to there. And let's see if I've got enough room to put this build down without having to do alterations. Now, we are starting to run down on the fertiliser, but we've still got a good 2 boxes. And if I need to, I will just put down another plant. Okay, I've got all the items I need for it. Trying to find a bit of space to work on. We'll work on it here. Okay, I've just tidied up. I just need to deal with this part now. We've just got to get the stuff from this location over to this belt. And then I can just plug that in. I've tidied up the back, made it a little smaller. Took off most of the stuff I don't need. Then we just got to plug this into the line, and hopefully we can get through where the cannons are. I think that will work. And I need to go one more with the fuel. So fuel goes into here. Need to go a couple of more because the fertiliser's got to get to this end. Fertiliser's going into there. Didn't we have another fuel build? No, the other fuel build's working. And this is just plant mainly. And the fires, what's coming up here. Into there. So we should have some fuel coming down here. Why is this belt broke? I think maybe this needs to come here. Because, yeah, we need to furnace, fuel these. Just want to see all this come to life, and then I know it's all good. Okay, so we're not getting any linseed oil in. My guess is the piping didn't copy. We're only selling about 160,000 in the shop. Most of the money we're making, 260, is either from quests or contracts. 420,000, and we spent out 320. Let me try and finish this. Okay, I fixed the piping, so this should all work now. We've got to connect this back up. That should bring the plant ash in for the second one. And I can already see the linseed oil in there, so we know that part's working. Sand's going into here. Iron sand. We need an iron sand build here. Well, we've got a belt here. Let's just use it. And if that's the case, this is no good on this tier. Is the furnace stuff going in here? Yeah, it's going in here. And then where did we need to get the iron sand to? It was here. If I was to change you, you could get into there. What about the next one? We need 2 for a portal. We need them all. At least deal with the iron outputs. We could just put you up to... How am I going to get over there? Maybe here. Then we've just got to drop it on this line, so that's fine. Join that line, take it from the top, put this belt in. That's an easy fix for the iron. It'll go straight in without a cannon. I've just got to get fuel into the top here. But what I'm thinking of doing... Okay, my building went a bit weird then. Is if we put a hopper here, I'm pretty certain that cannon could reach that. Yeah, that's fine, perfect. Get a portal down. That That will work, but I just don't think it's connected. Okay, let's purchase some iron ore. Yep, plenty of money in there. That's going to get the iron sand going, and then this should get this going. And as I say, this is just a backup one, just so I can get some for quests. Shame it's took so long in the day to actually get it up and running. I don't think I'm going to get that bronze rivet. Just need to make sure these are actually working. Ah, helps if I put a belt in. I was going to say, why are these not working? Yep, we're getting iron through now. It's only going to be 40 a minute, but 40 a minute's what I need for this. To match up with the 40 a minute soap powder from this. And then we'll put 2 boxes at the end there. I think all the recipes are saved yet. What are you? Let's take these away. This is just going to be for bronze. The finished products. I don't need ingots here. I've got that at the other side. But yeah, a little temporary build down here. It will do for the moment until we get more efficient ways of doing it. Just need the iron sand to be coming through to this machine. I think it's coming through now, yep. Do we have any iron sand on us? No. Let's have a look at the quests. What have we got? We've got the bulk order. It has to be done today, and I need another 123. I don't think it's going to happen. And if I can't do that one, I can do this one for 62. But this one, 625 would have been very, very nice. Just sometimes I'm not going to get all the quests I want. Let's have a look at how much is in the box. I have disconnected the box. I'm actually very close. We've got about 4 hours in the... 6 hours, 7, 8 hours in the day. I might just be able to make it. And I can pick the vitalities up at the end if I can get it. Just need to pay attention to that time, but I am going to be going into some other builds. So, we want to unlock malachite. Another jewel we can sell in the shop. We've got plenty of cannons around. I would like to build this over by the diamond, because I think that's where I've still got a space. No, I haven't got a space. This is diamond. If I was to put a cannon here, can I still reach that shelf? I can. Wasn't expecting that. Now, which one are you going into? You're going into middle. So let's set you up for the outside. And then we'll put malachite in there. We'll have to build it in this area. Maybe up in this corner would be the best place. Okay, so we've got the recipe now. Let's have a look at ratios and what we can do with it. But I've got to keep close eye on that time. Don't really want to be missing out on 600,000. Just need the V menu. So let's just get all these off. There it is, malachite. So it takes impure copper. Well, we've got impure copper on this right. I could always use that. It would take clay powder. We've never done clay powder. Now, clay would be sand and charcoal powder into a grinder to make clay powder. I might go over to my other build and put a grinder on the clay and see what ratios it is. And what's the other part of it? It would then take an aphanor with impure. Now, currently, we've got impure over here. Impure is the one that's actually making the bronze that I need. Yeah, impure there. I would have to kill this bronze side over here if I want to do that quest. Okay, let's just drop an aphanor down. We'll have a look at the numbers. These builds are getting very big and very complex to do. So we want malachite. So we'd only need 10 impure. Now, the build I've got over there only does 5. So we'd be running this at half power. So we need 15 clay powder. So my clay setup is all the way down the back here. Here it is. just for now, I'm going to cut this belt and just put a tier 1 grinder down and see what ratios it is. So it's 15 into 15. That's fine. I've got my numbers. So to make 15, we would need a full line of sand, if I remember right. Yeah, 15 would be a full line of sand and half a belt of charcoal. But I could easily get charcoal from rotten logs. Use them logs. That'll be 24 a minute. It won't be enough to do the 15 clay. How are you doing? Okay, I've got enough of that quest. Let me go and turn it in before I forget about it. Vitalities are somewhere about. And I definitely need to sort my inventory. But yeah, a nice order there for 625,000. Now I need to save up another 150 bronze rivets before I can steal any bronze. Okay, just checking on my Saturn build over here. We've actually got 2 Saturns just sitting in the box. I'm going to keep them 2 Saturns over here. Just when a quest asks for it, I always want 2 available for it. Let's check on my over here at the fertiliser. See how much is being used. We're down to less than 2 boxes now. So yeah, we're over saturating the belts. Yeah, the fertiliser coming down here is really low now. And this one's now struggling. Instead of building another plant, how much points have I got? I've got 1. Let's put another fertiliser. I'm going to want a lot of that soon. But yeah, we want this build to get a bit better. Otherwise, we're not going to get enough soap. So yeah, this idea of this down here was a bad idea. Now at least this one doesn't use a lot of fertiliser. So the potions that are backed up or the fertiliser that's backed here is barely going to use it. This is using one every 28 seconds. We sold another diamond on this day. That's nice to see it happening in the background. And because we did that quest, we got a lot of money. That's 1,000... 500,000, a million, 1,205,000, and we spent out nearly 400,000 a day now. So it is getting up the expenditure, but nowhere near as good as long as we're doing the quests. So yeah, there's no way of turning copper into impure. That's what I was sort of hoping for. Could only turn it into copper. So yeah, the impure copper powder is the one that's causing all the issues. The rest of it I could do quite easily. Let's have a look at what the quest for the day is. Make sure it's not an urgent one. Copper bearings. I might actually be able to do that at 265,000. Let me go and have a look. Just coming over to my Saturn build. We've got loads. Sorry, my Jupiter build. And we're just going to chuck all this except for the one I need for the quest into there, and those Saturns I kept in the box over here I can now use for that second quest. Bronze rivets are on about 90 out of 150, so that's going to take a little while, but I do have another day on that, so we might be able to achieve both these. We're up to 14 gold on me, but I just want to keep the belts going. Yeah, plenty of money on the belts over there, and this money's nearly backed all the way up to the bottom. No way I'm going to really fix the money belt. Yeah, it's just we're ready for doing a big build with all this money. I could probably turn it up to 10 stacks. But we keep it at 5 now because we're going to do some expensive builds. And I think the first expensive build I want to do is this over here, if I've got the parts for it. Because all we've got to do is just pick this up, copy it, and it will get us more stuff. So we'll need 124 gears for this build. It might be a little out to the question at the moment. Got everything I need. Let's just put one of these down. It will spend the money for us. Just got to figure out which way it goes. Cannon should be coming out this side like that. Ah, yeah, and that plugs onto there. And let's just connect these belts. And then we've got our second diamond build down. I could put a third, a fourth, a fifth, whatever. Let's just make sure this is still... Yeah, you're still going to that one. That will help spend some of the money, but it will also bring more money in. Because these belts are, like I said, not ready to go up to another. Do I want to do another one? No, I won't have the steel for it. And I can't do anything with the malachite, so what's the next one after that then? Let's go to research. I can't do this one because it's the same. I need the bronze rivets for a quest, so I can't really set that one up. I can't do the pocket watches is the next one. Still going to have the issue with the steel gears because those are barely being produced. Well, probably have to... I'm thinking probably build a new plant. We've got a coke powder plant, haven't we? Let's put a coke powder up here and bring a new line of coke coming this way. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But where is our coke powder? 60 a minute. Okay, let's try it to see if it works. Just leave a little bit of space there in case I want to do something that side. Okay, so this one is the coal one, isn't it? Okay, I've blocked everything there. Let's start the portals. And there's another portal in the middle here somewhere. Okay, that should get all this to life. I think I need to prime this one. Yeah, coal powder's coming out. So this is going to the line. And let's bring you right the way up to the corner. Or as far as I can go until the nails run out. That's good enough for the moment. Let's go and pick some nails up. And I think I've got a belt broke here, so that one needs to be there. Why is nothing coming down? Coke powder, coke powder. Okay, it's just making its way onto the system. It is a 60 a minute, so it shouldn't have any problems keeping up. And let's go and turn that one in. So we've got power there. It probably would have been better putting a charcoal plant down, saying that. Because I think we need that for the recipe. No, we just need steel. And then we'll have another place. We'll do copper. We just got to copy that same setup. Just want to do this more efficient. Let's start the research. It's telling me it's made in an advanced assembler. I don't think we've ever used them. Let's get you on the floor and let's have a look at what you take. Just need that recipe. Okay, we've got the recipe unlocked. Let's have a look at it. So we need glass to do 5 a minute. Now, we don't know how many's on a contract until we actually do the contract part. So glass at 30 a minute is like the setup we got up in the corner. 3 lines of sand. Going into glass, that will give us 30 a minute. So we need to prepare for 20 copper bearings. So that's twice the size of the build we've got over here. This one here. We would need fertiliser for this line though. I definitely need a new fertiliser plant. I think for now I'm going to connect all these belts back up and let them start selling in the shop. Can't remember which one's which. Ah, copper bearings is on the inside. And then bronze rivets will be here. We've got about 100 of each now, even after doing all the quests. That's not too bad. Let the shop fill up and then we might be able to do that Mars down here. Actually, let's unlock the Mars as well. Because we want to do that temporary build with priority splitters. That'll be a good one to do. And again, this is going to be even slower than this one up here. But like we did this one, we'll build it, use it, and then maybe then come back and improve it when we've got better technology and better ways of doing things. Yeah, we'll keep them 2 Saturns in there, and then I can get another 2 in the box if I want as well. Let's have a look at this advanced fertiliser build. That's the one we're currently using. Now, this isn't advanced fertiliser because it's got no... You're stone, aren't you? Yeah, you're stone. So this hasn't got any charcoal. So this hasn't got any of the rotten logs in here. So this would just be basic fertiliser, not advanced. I would need somewhere. Now, currently we are buying logs up there to make into a box. How are we doing down here? Could just take a box of this over. Yeah, let's grab a box of that. So if we have all the stuff coming this way, which it is, then we want to put that basic fertiliser straight back into advanced. Maybe something like that. Should have probably copied the one we already had done. So yeah, it was going into here. That was basic. And the basic. Really, you're not still using basic here. Yeah, you're still using basic on this side. No wonder this was struggling to keep up. Where's my advanced one? Here's my advanced one. I thought I'd upgraded all the systems. So we just need this to... Let's move out the way. Into there, into there, into there. And then we'll have to get mushrooms in these gaps here. So from there going up. Yeah, that'll work. This is not going to have too much fertiliser over here at the moment, so this will last quite a while. This full box. And then if I need any wood, I can just find a way to get in here. So yeah, I want to come out on this side, onto some stands. And then straight into these machines. These are then going to allow me to get up to advance. I won't put the stuff in there because I'm going to move it in a minute. You want to go into the machine from the top, and I want to copy and paste that into everyone. Then we just have one thread coming this way, like that. But yeah, this is purchasing basic logs, this one. We can easily change this to mushrooms. And then just bring the mushrooms underneath here, which I am going to do now. I'll tell you to buy rotten logs. Then that will just help to top this up. So let's move you out the way. Don't think I've got the bearings to make another. Let's just move you over here. So yeah, we need to plug this in at the back. It has a fuel feed here. Is it a fuel feed? Yeah, that's a fuel feed. And what's this side? Another fuel feed. And then it has coins at this and this. The stone crushers. And then with all this here, it then gives us options. Now, the one on the right-hand side would be for fertiliser to go into here, but we can bring fertiliser from the background because there's no fertiliser on this belt yet. So fertiliser that comes out of here. We probably want some buffers like we did on the other side. Let's plan for 4. Okay, need more gears. Okay, end of day report for day 87. Okay, we didn't sell any diamonds on this day, but we made 180 off the contracts again. And that's what we're working towards the next contract. 738,000. And we spent out about 420. We're still making some good profits. And I wanted to pick up some gears while I was here. Let's go and have a look at the quest. So bulk order for today is asking for the Mars. I've only just unlocked it. We've got no chance on that. Not in 4 days. Because I would need malachite and that and bronze rivet. Yeah, it's asking way too much, that is. And that's the thing with unlocking relics. I want to get this running before I go back and do the priority splitters for the shop. Do I want to bring it out this way or this way? If I bring it down here, then I can feed that, so yeah. Let's bring it out this side. Bring it up to there, and then I'm going to have to move the boxes over. That's the box I'm currently using for mushrooms. Yep, 3 boxes is more than enough. Just as a buffer. It works well. So we've got a line here coming out from these boxes. Then we want it to go this side, and then we want it to come up on the top belt here. And this is the start of the fertiliser line to cover everything else in this area. We will be going up to the next tier soon, especially when we go into the next big relic build. And again, I want to get these all the way to the corner. We've got got the fuel belt there. Let's bring that up. And let's bring it round. And then we'll bring the fertiliser over here. We will need fertiliser to get this started. Now it's down, I can put all them mushrooms away. We'll grab 1 box of advanced. We'll kickstart the system. Let's just grab that, and then there's just 1 box over here. So we will start running out on that side soon. But we are up to 4 in efficiency. So let's keep 1 on me because I need to prime these. Yeah, stones are starting to come. We'll have to get to the A furnace somewhere. Just to put some fuel in there just to kickstart everything. And then I will have to do the same for the sage here. Need to figure out where the fuel's coming from. The fuel should be coming from here and it hasn't connected. That's why nothing started. Yep, fuel's coming down now, so that's going to start working all this. Fertilizer's already coming back into here. That's going to get the plant ash. Is that it? Yeah, it is making basic. Now that's going to be mixed in with mushrooms. This should start making advanced now. Okay, that's fine. It will start backing up now. So you can all go into there. So, mushrooms from here. Have you started buying them? No. I need to wait for this to do that, and then I'll have to put a filter on it, I think. Let's set it up now. We'll put a single line, put you back into a big box. And then we'll filter out the top to be rotten logs. So it shouldn't take effect until the new stuff is going through the machine, the rotten logs. Will give us a little bit of mushrooms around here. Not a lot, but enough to just keep this fertilizer plant just with a little bit of fuel. And if I need to, I'll add another. Let's keep 1 stack on me and the rest can go in there. Lots of fertilizer can go into there as well. Give it a quick shuffle. Yep, looking pretty good. A few more's coming out. More will come around the system soon. You're all backing up. Are you not connected? You should be connected from here to there. You're connected because I can see you on the other side, but I can't see anything else. And you're definitely not connected. Ah, I think I looped it round, didn't I? That's fine. It'll work this way. Just make sure everything's going into everything. Yeah, those are working still. Got a bit of a bottleneck here, so let's get this out the way. Where are you coming out? You're coming out there. You're going in there. So let's get rid of this. Yeah, we'll just plug them straight in. Going to be better. Yeah, I'm going into a loopy loop round here. Yeah, that one's gone. Okay, that's much better. Then we can plug everything back in now and get it all working again. mushrooms can go into there. Okay, so where was this going? We need a number 5. Not buying the new logs yet because we're not used enough. Yeah, that will do up to there. And then we'll get over there in a minute, go over the boxes. We'll wait until some mushrooms are coming here. But that's better. We've got fertiliser on the line now. So that was for the goods the pocket watch has been trying to do. And I think this was for the copper bearings. So we needed all this, didn't we? Yeah, copper bearings comes from soap powder. Soap powder comes from the stuff down there, and then the iron sand. So if I cut everything here, we can just plug that into the line now. If we've got the items to make it, which is going to be up to there. But I need piping, so it has to go up high. And the only thing I would need iron, glass, stone. Okay, let's bring that blueprint back. Yeah, I've got everything I need now. So where is this going to plug in? Will it fit in this space? Not quite. Yeah, it's 1 too short. Because I left space over there. That's fine. Maybe something else we could put into that corner later. Okay, screen's going a bit weird with everything. Let's leave a little bit of space. We're not going to get much more around this side. And we need the fuel belt down here. Okay, fuel's in. And then I'm also going to need to get into here with fertiliser. Why is mushrooms going into here? Definitely set the filter, haven't I? No, didn't set the filter. That's more like it. Okay, where did I get up to with the belt? Over here. Into there, into there. We've got power in here. And these are just going into these boxes. What do we actually need? Copper bearing. So we do need to make it into a copper bearing. And then this stuff is... probably use it for something else. There's probably another process that needs these. But yet that should all come into life soon. No, we've got the same problem, haven't we? It needs iron sand. Oh no, because we built the iron sands on the side. But we haven't got the cannon, so we need to get the cannon down. The cannon needs to shoot into that. See if you can get from there. You can. No, actually, that won't work. But at least I know it can reach. We need our portal down. Yeah, taking it from the belt. Telling it to purchase Iron ore. Iron ore comes up, fills these. Okay, there might be something wrong with the belt. No. Ah, didn't set up the cannon again. Make sure they're all working. Yeah, iron, iron. That will get the iron sand I need. That will kick-start all this. Have a quick look over at the quest. Did we... No, that was the one with the Mars. So, this is the one we need, isn't it? Yep, copper bearings. What are we making this in? It was the advanced assembler behind me. So we've got the copper bearing sorted. We will need to add steel gears, which we can probably do up in the corner there. Now, steel gears would need iron. So what rate did you need it? You needed 10 a minute. So how much was this one doing? Where's it gone? Here. You're doing 3.8, so I need 3 of these down. So for 3 of these, I need to work out the difference. So 3.8, this again, I need to be making 2 iron. 2 iron. 3 alembics. Then it should be able to make it. Now it's a shame we've got that portal there. I could have moved you over one. I could have belted 2 cannons out. Let's try and see if I can do it. Where has it gone there? And then if I need to, I can put the second cannon there. Make sure you're targeted again. So I need 5 eating sources. It's probably be better to do it like that. That's the iron. We need somewhere to bring it down. No, because the iron out the back could just go straight into the into this. So I need 2 for iron and then 3 for steel. So let's move you around to there. Got the 1 space I need. I think I can work with that. Yeah, let's work with that. So I'm coming in with fuel to this. Yeah, that's fine. A dead end's fine here. It's only 2 machines. And then we'll do the same up here as well. From you to there. From the belt to there. And then we just need to get the iron smelters on and find a way to get iron into it. Okay, iron smelter there. That might actually be better. And then I can just bring all the iron up this way. Over the belt. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we need 3 alembics. Not the advanced one, just the... No, we haven't got the advanced one yet. Yeah, you. We have enough space. Let's move it to the front. So we've got steel coming out there. Rotate you. Let's have steel out on that side. And we'll have blue on the inside here so I can combine them 2 lines. And then it's a shame that one's over there. We need... we need coke, that's fine. Got plenty of coke on the belt. We need to find a way of getting you round, that's fine, so I can use this for coke to come down. It'll have to be took off the belt. We'd have to do that at the bottom. That brings it up. Take you off the belt and bring you up to this tier. Instead of having to try and belt each individual machine, we'll just do them all in one. So we're probably going to need another batch here. Again, the last machine. So you can go. Now I do need to pay attention to this recipe. How much did it need? 15 a minute. So most of that coke powder on there is going to be used in these three. If they're running full efficiency. Maybe. We're using you for fuel as well, aren't we? But that's fine. This belt's all full. But we might be running out of coke powder on this build. Just because this has to use coke powder, not about its fuel ratings. And then what we've got to do is get... needs to go across one more. Because I've got to be able to get a filter splitter on these. So it actually has to go over 2. If it's going over 2, this might as well plug in, but then that's not going to be good. Might have to move this steel over 1 as well. So let's get up to there. Trying to see where I am. I think it's that spot. We'll go up to the edge and leave a 1 space. See if that gives me enough room. I'm just hoping I've got enough. I really need an extra... No, I need an extra one on that side. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do anything. So are you plugged in? Yeah, that's plugged in. I can see it. You didn't plug in though. That gives me at least 1 more space there. I do need a second space. Okay, day report for day 88. How are we doing? We're selling bits of everything. We're selling about 70 of the copper bearings, about 51 of the bronze rivets, about 180 a day on the Gloomspore quest. That's actually quite good, the contract. 417,000 versus 408,000. Okay, that wasn't the best of days. It's getting closer. So yeah, I need to move this over, probably 2. Let's go 1 and see if I can work with that space. That means this has to be broke. And this has to be broke. Just to get these splitters in. And it doesn't matter which side goes into where. So what is it going to be? It's going to be the priority splitter. No, priority merger. I always get this one wrong. The priority's at the bottom. That's where we want the... might move these over. So yeah, the iron comes out of... These two are very easy to do. We are going to have to go over the belt twice. And we're going to have to put a load down here as well. So the 2 blues are easy because that's going to be the iron. Coming out of there, coming out of there, going up there. The iron on this side, where is it? It's here. So again, you're going to be going up here. Would have been nice if I could combine that somehow, but I don't think I can. We can bring the steel straight down to the floor here. And then bring it off and belt it round. Same here. And then have one liner still down the front. But how can I get you? We could lift it up and over. And bring it out. No, because that would be there. We could lift these two up, over, bring it onto this. But then I've got to go back. Just these type builds are not always the best. You go into them two filters. That's a very easy, simple fix that side is. I think I've got enough space to do what I need to. Just thinking the best way of doing it. I think we'll just go up with that at the moment, just so I can get them connected. So you can go into there. You goes into there. The top ones are easy to deal with iron. So that means that is going to be coke powder here, here, and we could move you over. But no, we'd have to have a clear path to this. We can actually bring the coke powder and this here. Because it's already here already. And then we'll filter off the side of it. Straight up into the machine like we did the last time. The coke powder should be behind this. No, because I've got the feeds on that side this time. But I still think that's the best. Bring the coke powder in here. And then I can lift it on this section. Okay, so we'll have to just get rid of all the stuff we've done. Could bring the coke powder line across the back and lift it up that way as well. That might be the more sensible solution. So off here to there. Then copy you into coke there. That means you will have to go. Put one of you into there as well. And then this front column has to change. Because this is now going to be a fuel belt. And if I'd have thought about it, like I say, turning them round would mean I can get everything on one line. But no, I'd rather keep the coke going to the machines separate. So yeah, you can plug into all these. And we can belt it across, and then we can use the top how we was using it before. Fill up all these gaps down here with stone. And then put them priority mergers back in. We could even run the outside machine without a priority merger. Just keep it level in case I need to bring something round this side. So yeah, those, can that just be, yeah, can it just be a stone one on here? So we're up to the right level again, and then we can belt in the same thing as we did before. Out to the left, out to the right, you can come into here. So now we've got the priorities for the iron dealt with. We definitely have to have stands across these two here. Well, definitely across this one here, so let's just work with that. So we've got our coke in. We've got our iron in. And then we just need to prioritise this iron coming into the top. So yeah, I would need stands across then. Now, the iron this needs is nowhere near belt capacity, so bringing you from there all the way across would work. And we do actually have a space still to play with. So if we did need to get more on this side, because I've still got to bring the steel down. So I still think that steel option I said would work. So that has to be there. That has to be there. And that has to be there. We'll bring you out the front and plug you into the machine. No, because this is an output, not an input. Reverse that. So it has to be coming out at the bottom and then join the machine. Yeah, perfect. You can then come into this space and this space. That gets my steel out. And then we can just put a layer of bricks across the bottom or stone. And one more just so I'm on the same level. And then one belt to come out. That's the steel out. We've already dealt with the iron out. And then we just need to bring it down, do whatever we need to do with the steel. And then we need to bring this iron up to here. So 2 sets of stands, that gets the iron out. Bring it straight the way down here. But if it's going up there, we might as well just keep it on the same level. Or at least close to it. You come up to here, and then we'll lift you into here. Take you from there. Slightly different than my other steel build. So that has fuel coming in, as long as I've got enough coke powder to keep these. If not, it might be a little inefficient, but that's fine. Still comes down here now. Now let's have a look at that alembic again. Sorry, assembler. It was 10 steel gears, and it's gears, so we just need to make them into machines. So we need enough machines to make 10 a minute. Was it a processor? Let's just put a machine down. Yeah, it's not that one. I think it's the assembler. No, it must be a processor. Yeah, steel gears is there. How much are you doing out? 3.8, so we need 3 of these. So we could have the one belt. Where's it coming from? It's coming from the top here. So we could just have the one belt going into 3. Like that, that, and that. Maybe turn the other one the opposite way, and then you'll be able to get in there a lot easier. Yeah, bring you on the inside. We can bring you down here. That's the steel output dealt with. Up 1 to join the belt. Get you across in all 3 machines there. And then we can deal with the 3 outputs here. So there's the steel gears I needed for it. So you can go now. We've got the copper bearings here. So we just need to combine them 2. And then we just need the glass, which I've got enough here for 3 lines. It'd be basically what this is. Repeated. It's close, but I think I've got enough space. And then all we got to do is just bring all that together. And which one was it? Was it copper bearing? And what are you doing? 10 a minute. 5. Didn't really double the output on here, so we're just running it. Oh, actually, no, it's making 10 a minute. From 5. We don't need the box, but I think I am going to keep it. 3 spaces, and I think I can fix this. Okay, we're out of stone, but that's right by where I am. Do have iron on me, so that's fine. I want to use that before I start setting up stuff with the throwing. Put you up on the top. How big are you? You can have 3 outputs, so you need another space. And like I said, we will be going up onto the next floor. Can't believe I'm about to get into tier 7 and I've not used the second floor yet. And we might as well just build it out in the menu so I haven't got to run around after gears and stuff. So we'll have the 1 output here. Coming out the box is like that. I've got to need 2 spaces. So that would be the bronze stuff coming in. That's an advanced blender, not the one I'm after. That's the one I'm after, assembler. I might need another set of bricks out. And I'm thinking the other 2 I'll chuck in. Just going to be easier than having lots of belts on the floor. Yeah, let's put you right at the edge. We'll have to bring up some more stone or something to bring it out. Yeah, we'll make the pocket watch. The glass, like I said, is going to be the easiest. We just got to get the still gears. Could move this back 1. But I will be sending this into the shop and the contract. We haven't used any of these side over here. So yeah, let's get one of these. Let's try and plan for that. And I've left a little bit of space here in case I want to do something with it. So we do need to get all this running. So we need an iron setup up here. But we have got the cannon. Your setup. Let's see if we can get a second cannon down and throw up there. If not, I might have to switch which cannon's doing which. Ah. Gonna need somewhere for the input. And then I would need another stack here for... Actually, I could throw it onto the far side. Then I'm more likely to reach it. Yeah, let's put one of these right at the edge here. And then we'll plug a belt in. To there. And then we can get rid of this. Please reach. Perfect. So we might have to kickstart a couple of these. No, the furnaces have power. Wondering why is everything not starting. Okay, so we have missed a fuel belt somewhere. Yeah, you're 1 too far back. I didn't put you back far enough when I was replacing them. Easy fix. Single block at the bottom and a single belt should fix it. Nope, that's not the one. That's the one I want. Okay, let's take the top off. It's very awkward to do belts underneath another. Okay, fuel's going in. Is it going to furnace both of these? Yeah, it's going in. That's fine. I'll check the back one in a minute. Yep, fuel's going into both. Just watching everything to see if it's all working. The iron's going into the top at the moment because nothing's coming out the machine at the back. All these should have enough. Recipe's not set. That does help. And then the next time I need to get into that Mars bins, I've already unlocked it. So yeah, you had a recipe, the others two didn't. So yeah, still's coming round. Going into priority at the bottom. Just hoping this is enough to kickstart it with this iron. We're doing 20 a minute. This only technically needs 10, 11 a minute, but it needs to kickstart the system first. Okay, so I'm getting a bit more iron out the back. Yeah, that's looking very smooth. Okay, the next thing I want to see is still coming down. Yeah, still's coming down. We've got the recipes set on all these. And we've got still gears coming out, which is fantastic. Now, I do need still gears. Maybe I can connect a cannon right on the edge there. Give me one more still gear, please. Now, can you reach? We'll put it on the inside. That one there. And now we've got two parts. And it's just the glass part. And what do we want? These are going to go into contracts and stuff. So yeah, let's just extend the platform out. At least one more. You can always bring it round the side. We've got loads of room here to work with. So we just get the glass in now. Thinking, can I just cut and paste this? Would want you from this corner here. Might have enough resources to build this, so it's only 3 I want. 1, 2, 3 up to this wall here. More rope, more nails, more wood, more gears. Okay, let's see if those are all available. Just looking at the day report for day 89. Again, 118 contracts. It's been consistently every day, that has. And that's always around the 80-90. 421,000. 429,000. So without a quest being done, we're barely keeping alive on that one. And while I'm running past, let's have a look at what the quest for the day is. I think I missed one on the last day. We've got one there for 36,000. Should be able to get that one fairly done with the bronze. One with malachite I can't do. And being as though we're about to be making these, let's put that on the tab. So there's only one quest I can do, so let's go and turn that one in. Okay, ready for turning that quest. Okay, let's restore that blueprint. That's the way it plugs in. I'm okay doing that, I think. Yeah, all those are plugging into the bottom. We've still got to get a fuel line up here so we can get it from this spot. Because the fuel lines here are all buried. So we'll have to bring fuel down to this corner. Now, this belt round here is going to have a problem with fuel. So I think I'm going to bring this one because that needs a lot of coke powder to do the steel. Let's just bring it at the same tier, just up to this corner, and then we'll deal with it in a minute. So that is going to be for there. That's for the sand. We have a sand build here. And it was just basically sand into the back. Into 3 of these. That's fairly simple. We could combine all 3 into one belt and then take it up straight away. But maybe space these out a little bit. We do need to get... No, we can get all the glass out the front. That's fine. So let's get some of these furnaces. But maybe do the belts first. So you into the centre, you into the centre, and then I can raise that up. As soon as I know the height. Yeah, furnace now. We would need 1 extra space. We want that out the front. Just so I can belt it up. Yeah, that will work. Then I've just got to line that up with everything else. Let's do the back first. Raise you up from the bottom. Bring you up just up to here. And then copy you into there, there, and there. Get the kilns on next. But that should plug straight into the back. Yep, I can see blue. See blue. And it would have helped if I set the recipe on the first, but never mind. There's my 30 a minute glass I needed. And we just got to get the fuel in and the glass down. But that's the easy part now. And then we just catapult it over. So like that, that's an easy fuel line. And then we just got to bring you down. Where do we want to bring it? We could bring it out the front and have a single line like this. Probably from the next one across would have been best. You come out the front. And we want, if we want to get a cannon on the end, maybe something like that. No, I need to go out one more. Okay, let's see if I can get that to work. So I want to start from here. I think I want to go with the bigger one and then it's straight the way down. And we don't need all that. We only need that, that, and that because I'm bringing them all down. So let's put a few, put one out and then we can see if the glass is working. Yeah, everything's working perfect. Might have been easier having the front one tier higher. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Take these down to 1 tier. And then we'll put another line across the front. So like that. And we'll put you as a shorter version. That will work. That's going to make it so much easier to belt out. So coming out the front, let's go and join the machine. Perfect. Let's copy you across there, there, and there. Then that's our output up to the... Why does the end belt always go weird? And then we can bring it down here straight into a cannon. And we've already got the other part set up with the catcher. So let's see if we can get into that. One game. It's this one here. So this should all come alive now. Perfect. 30 a minute. The only thing that might struggle a little bit is the bearings, but it should be fine when producing 10 a minute. And then all we've got to do is get this down and then deal with whatever we're going to do here with priority mergers, stuff into the shop. So we just swing you around like that. And I've run out of wood again. No big surprise. So yeah, I've got to deal with that mushroom still. Let's just give this a bit shuffle. How is that box doing? So that box is actually empty now. We'll still have it as a buffer. So we'll have you coming out them. No, I need to swing you around. I want you to leave the box. Or are we going to... No, you need to enter from there. We want to go one above the box. Doesn't need a massive buffer because I haven't got a massive amount of the mushrooms. You could just go up like that. To there, and then we'll lift you on top. Take you off. Bring you onto the top shelf. And then just plug them two together. And if the mushroom ever backs up, and if we ever need to, we can always add a second one of these down quite easily with the setup we've got. So yeah, these was all full. Why wasn't... actually, I was going to say why wasn't it coming out, but it is. Just waiting for the mushrooms. So this is nowhere going to be near enough. So I think I am going to put you there. I think I can belt the bottom in still. Might be best to belt the bottom in now. Into the box. You should be able to plug into there. I've took a copy so it works right. I'll say these logs are expensive. They're not really. 2k is not really that expensive for us now. And then we're just going to copy you into there. And brilliant. We've got 2 sets of mushrooms coming out. It's only 12 a minute. We've probably got a little bit of... yeah, we've still got loads of advanced fertiliser backing up. And now we're on the floor. We can do whatever we want. So the first thing we would want is we want to get the priorities on. Because we will have to get these into the shop. It's going to be a next episode thing, that is now. So yeah, priority splitter. This line is the one that's going to be priority into the shop. So we go something like that. And take a copy of a cannon. And then we want to get this up onto that shelf. That's the money shelf, so we need an higher shelf, like we did on the other side. And then we might as well actually say in that, take the stuff for the quest. Okay, we've got the quest done. But I want to get the top belt set up. We'll bring you over this side here. Nothing's going into the shop at the moment, but we will be putting them into shop soon. And then we'll have a dispatch portal here, but we need to be able to find a way for the money. We could always shoot it over there if push comes to shove. So we're going to turn the quest in. We will put the dispatch portal down, but we haven't got the contract to do it yet, so I need to pick up a new seal. So let's turn in this quest. Sample. And as far as I'm aware, you have to sell a certain amount of these before the next quest comes up. You also need to be on the correct tier as well. So now we've got the contract to do those. Can't do the malachite, and we can't do that one with the Mars because we haven't started it. That's going to be a next episode thing. And let's go and pick up... I always buy the portals in 10 now, because I use so many of them. But now we've actually got the mission for the dispatch portals. So everything will be sold in the shop first before this becomes active. And what sort of numbers are we looking at? So we can do 960 a day. Wow. Now when you divide it by 24 hours in a day, that's 40 an hour I've got to do, or 40 a minute the game. If I can do 40 a minute, then I should be able to max out the contract. That's minusing whatever's sold in the shop. We're making 5. So I would need 8 of these setups if I ever want to max this contract. And eventually I will be doing that. Every contract will be maxed to the ability. Even if I've got to turn off these partial sort of contracts I'm doing down here and stop making these and have it in a totally different area so I can control it better. That's something we definitely will be doing. Maybe on the 3rd floor or even on the 2nd floor where we're not doing much. There will be a money belt up there so I could easily get the contracts and push it back onto a money belt. But yeah, that's going to be running out at full pelt, all up to stacks of 20. Just 12 seconds I can make a second machine if I want. Just checking my numbers again. Yeah, this is making 10. We've got one machine. It's just because everything's just behind and it takes 12 seconds to make. So I don't need a second machine. I think this is fine. It will always be full up. Let's have a look how the gears are doing over here. And again, I could put these in boxes, but I don't need to. I've got all that on another side. That's fine. If the still ever gets blocked up, then the machines will stop. But yeah, iron's all backed up. I could do with putting a box on here, really. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And then if I ever need iron, I can just come over here and collect the iron from here. And same here, I could even have a box with steel, collecting the steel. So if the steel wants to back up, this is where I can come and collect my steel. And then the other build take the steel box out. But no, I'm happy with that. We've got a hotkey watches finally. That was a bit of a tongue twister. And the next thing, I really do want to do that malachite. It was just until we got rid of the quests. Where is malachite gone? There. It was the impure copper powder. What was the problem? Now we do need this as impure copper powder. So where this is using this stuff here, we need this box changing. Because it doesn't need to be turned into an ingot. It doesn't need to be turned into anything else. I just need that box here. Then that gets me the impure stuff I can use for the next part of the quest. Yeah, I've got loads of bronze rivets here, but yeah. You're coming out as impure copper. Now we can install that. I can start using that to make the malachite in the next episode. We've got plenty of fuel around here, but we probably need another fuel plant if I'm going to do much more around here. But the belts are pretty healthy all the way across. This is only going to be using not much. Every 6 seconds or every 20 seconds it's running through. Just need to get that cannon set up into the top the next episode. So we can sell these in the shop. And then we need a box. So we've already done 20 of them dispatched already today. So let's put a box. There. There's probably silver coming out, yeah. Already 26 silver. In contract, so that's going to pay off. We'll get that back to the belt at some point. Nearest belt is probably all the way over here. We might be able to reach over there. But yeah, I'm happy with those builds. Making progress. We've got some more extra mushrooms coming into the line. We're making up another advanced fertiliser. I still can't believe I'm using basic fertiliser over here. This needs to change because this could be well better. But again, I'm making enough vitality potions to keep the shop going, so I don't need it any better than that. It saves me having to put mushrooms. There's nothing around here that's using wood, so it's not as if I can say, okay, change over a wooden machine to rotten logs and then I can just bring the mushrooms here. There is nothing anywhere near using wood. It's all stone mainly I'm using, and plants. But yeah, happy with that one. Making progress, and then the next time we'll try and make another big build. But it's getting closer. We need our second floors doing pretty soon. And yeah, second floor is going to be mainly for contracts, I think. We'll try and boost all the contracts to maximum. But at the moment, money-wise, just have a look at the belts. They're not moving anywhere. So I do need another, maybe another one of these down. We've got 2 so far. Maybe get 4 of them down into this space. I could fit it. Might need to move this cannon over slightly, but that's an easy fix. And that will keep us going in money. But yeah, happy with this. Hopefully you're still enjoying the series, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much for watching.